Hello, learners. Welcome to Unacademy, India's largest e learning platform. My name is Simran Bajaj, and I'm currently pursuing my law degree from Amity University, and I have a teaching experience of almost 2 years, having taught students of classes 11 and 12 from the CBSE background. And I hold certifications in advanced contract drafting as well as one in cyber laws. You can use my promo code Simran10 that is given at the bottom of the slide to purchase your Unacademy subscription, and you can avail a 10% discount on your purchase. Unacademy is India's largest learning platform, and what an Unacademy subscription holds for you is an access to our daily life classes, wherein you can chat with your educator, you can engage in discussions, you can ask your doubts, and you can answer polls. All this while the class is going on. So you get a very interactive and real time experience, right? Then the um, Unacademy also offers live tests and quizzes which help you evaluate your preparation with our regular mock tests and quizzes, and you get a detailed analysis of your performance throughout. Then the courses that are offered on Unacademy, they are structured in line with your exam syllabus and they help you prepare in the best manner for them. Then, from an Unacademy subscription, you get an unlimited access to all our live and recorded content, which you can watch from the comfort of any of your devices. You also get free live classes. Now, what are these free live classes? For example, if you purchase a subscription for business studies, you will get other subjects like English, maths, economics, accountancy, and all of your other commerce subjects in that amount only which you pay. So everything is available at one place and you do not have to run from one place to another. So talking about the Unacademy subscription, a 1 month subscription costs you 2,500 rupees, and after discount that comes out to be 2,250 rupees. That is a 10% discount. Then when we talk of a 3 month subscription, it costs 6,250 rupees, which makes it 2,083 rupees a month. And when we talk about the 3 month subscription after discount, it is 5,625 rupees, which makes it 1,875 rupees a month. Likewise, when we talk about a 10-month subscription, it costs you 1,667 rupees, that is 10,000 rupees a month. And after 10% discount, it is 9,000 rupees, that is 1,500 rupees a month. So when we see the 12-month subscription plan, this is the most economical deal, right? Because it ideally costs you 12,500 for 12 months, and that makes it around 1,042 rupees for each month. And when you avail a 10% discount by applying my promo code Simran10, it makes it 11,250, that is 938 rupees for all your subjects, which is much less than what you pay for your tuition classes and various other coachings where you go. So go hit the subscribe button, guys, on the Unacademy app, and let's begin today's class. So in today's lecture, I will be talking about part 3 of your human resource management and staffing. So the topics that we have already discussed is the concept of staffing, discussed the meaning of staffing, we've discussed the need for staffing, We've discussed the importance of staffing, and we also discussed human resource management. So, this is the topic that I'll be taking up in today's class, that is part 3. So, staffing part 3, we will be talking about human resource management in detail, and the topics covered in this video are a revise for need for staffing and human resource management and staffing. Yes. So, talking about staffing, what is staffing? Yes, so talking about what is staffing, we have already seen that after planning is done, after the selection of an organizational structure, the next step is associated with filling the various job positions in an organization, and this is what we call the management of staffing function. So, in the simplest of words, if I was to talk about staffing, it means putting the people to jobs. So, this process of staffing begins with workforce planning, and it includes different other functions like recruitment, selection, training, development, promotion, compensation, performance appraisal, etc. So, staffing is that part of the process of your management which is associated with obtaining, utilizing, and maintaining workforce. Right. So, staffing is associated with obtaining, utilizing, and maintaining a satisfactory and a satisfied workforce. Okay. So, when we talk about staffing involves uh, can involve the process of hiring any kind of employee. It could be hiring your daily wages, your consultants, your contract employees, and etc. So, staffing is that function which recognizes the importance of every single person that is employed in an organization, and this process recognizes each employee as an individual worker who is an ultimate performer. So, staffing is described as that function of the management which is associated with filling and keeping filled the various positions in an organizational structure. So, this process of filling and keeping fill is achieved by identifying your workforce requirements, recruitment, selection, placement, promotion, training and development, etc. So the staffing function follows a proper planning and organizing function, right? So after deciding what is to be done, how will it be done, and after deciding upon an organizational structure, the management is in a position to understand the human resource requirements of an organization at the various levels that have been created as a result of the organizational structure that has been selected. So once the number and the type of personnel have been selected, it has been determined, the management starts with the activities which are associated with recruiting and selecting and training these people to fulfill the requirements of the enterprise and to see that they contribute well towards achieving the organizational goals. So, in an existing enterprise, staffing is a continuous process because new jobs can be created and some of the existing employees may leave the organization. So, staffing is a continuous function. Right, so we have discussed the meaning of staffing, and next we will talk about staffing and human resource management. So, when we talk of this concept of staffing and human resource management, we see that staffing and human resource management are two concepts which are interrelated. So, when we talk about staffing is a function which all managers need to perform, and it is a separate and a specialized function when we look at it, and there are a number of aspects of human relations to be considered, and it is the job of the managers to fill and keeping filled the various job positions in an organization so that they can make sure that they remain occupied with qualified people in an organization. So staffing is closely interlinked with your organizing, since after the organizational structure has been since after the organizational structure has been decided, people are required to work in the various positions that have been created as a part of the organizational structure. So they need to be trained and they need to be motivated to work in harmony with the goals of the organization, and staffing is a generic function of management. Staffing is a generic function. Whereas when we talk about human resource management, it is a much more specialized function. Okay. Pratham, am I still not audible? Pratham, am I audible now? Please tell me, Pratham, if I'm audible. You're not able to. Okay. Yes, ma'am, not audible. Tell me if I'm audible or not. Okay. Okay, so I was talking about staffing and human resource management. So when we look at staffing, staffing is that function which all managers have to perform, and we have seen that staffing is a separate function, it is a specialized function, and there are a lot of aspects that need to be considered when we talk about staffing, which are related to human relations. And it is the job of the managers to fill the positions in their organization and to make sure that these positions remain occupied with qualified people. So, staffing is closely associated with organizing because it is a function that is succeeding organizing, right? So staffing is closely associated with organizing, since after the structure and the positions in an organization have been decided, people are required to work in these positions. Then these people who are allotted the various jobs, they need to be trained, they need to be motivated to work in harmony with the goals of the organization, and staffing is thus seen as a generic function. But when we talk about your human resource management is a much wider concept, it is a much broader concept because it includes a number of other things in its purview, right? Okay. So you can ask me doubts which are only associated with the topic I'm teaching, right? Okay. So taking the discussion on staffing forward. So when we look at staffing as a function, staffing deals with the human element of management, and managing the human component of an organization, managing the people of an organization is the most important task because the performance of an organization directly depends on how well the people are working in an organization. So the success of an organization in achieving its goals that is determined to a great extent by the competence and the motivation and the performance of the human resource of the people. So it is seen as a responsibility of your managers to directly deal with and select people who need to work in the organization. And when the manager performs the staffing function, his role is slightly limited. So some of these responsibilities including placing the right person on the right job and introducing new employees in an organization or training of the employees, etc. uh, this is what is included in your human resource management. So in a small organization, if you see, the managers may perform all these duties which are related to employees and their salaries, their welfare, their working conditions. But when you see an organization is growing in the number of people it employs, a separate department called the human resource department is formed, and it has specialists who specialize in managing people. So the management of human resource is a specialized area which requires the expertise of a number of people, and the number of human resource specialists and the size of the department gives an indication of how the size of the business is growing. So for a very large company, the human resource department itself will contain specialists for each function of this department. So when we talk about the human resource department, the human resource department in itself contains specialists for each function in this department. For example, the human resource management includes a number of specialized activities and duties which the human resource personnel may need to perform. Okay, I hope there is no doubt यहाँ तक what is the difference between human resource management and staffing. I hope you don't have a doubt. I'm waiting for a response. Please tell me for those who have joined in. Okay, so we have discussed what basically is human resource management. I don't think I'm visible on the screen because of some technical error. If somebody has joined in, can you please tell me if I'm visible on the screen and if I'm audible? Am I visible and am I audible? Students who have joined in, can you please let me know if I'm visible to you? Okay, so I think I'm audible and I'll move forward with the discussion. Please try to hear me out well because I'm not being visible on the screen due to some technical error in the software. So, taking this discussion forward, so we were talking about human resource management, and it includes a number of specialized activities and duties which the human resource people in an organization should perform. So, the number of duties, the tasks that people in your human resource management perform is recruitment, selection, you're analyzing the various job positions, collecting information about the jobs to prepare jobs descriptions. Then it includes developing the compensation plans, training and development of the employees so that they perform better and making sure that they grow in their career. Then there is handling of grievances and your complaints. Then it provides social security and welfare to the employees. So when we talk about human resource management, it is a much broader concept and it is a much so when we talk about human resource management, this is a much broader concept because if you look at your staffing function, it is only associated with recruiting, selecting and training. But when you look at human resource management, it is associated with making sure the welfare of the employees, employee growth, etc. So this is a much wider concept. So, when we talk about human resource management and its evolution, the concept of human resource management, people think that this entire concept of human resource management only belongs to the modern day management. But it is associated with the era of industrial revolution. So, the evolution of human resource management occurred in three stages. It included the Industrial Revolution era, the factory system, and the modern management. Right? So, this evolution occurred in three stages. So, when we talk about human resource management, human resource management is this entire concept has replaced the traditional concept of your labor welfare and your personnel management. So when we talk about human resource management, as we see it today, it has evolved from a number of developments which date back to the era of industrial revolution. So when we talk about the era of industrial revolution, we see the emergence of trade unions and trade union movements, which created the need for a person who could act as an effective link between the owners and the workers in an organization. So, this concept of labor welfare officer at the time of industrial revolution came into being, right? I hope there is no doubt with this concept of industrial revolution and human resource management. Please tell me if there is any doubt so far in the first point that I have explained. Labor welfare officer. Please tell me if there is any doubt. Okay. So, when we are discussing the evolution of human resource management, um, this concept of human resource management has evolved from the era of industrial revolution, and then it led to the creation of labor welfare officer, and the role of this labor welfare officer was associated with the welfare activities of employees. Okay. So it was said that this labor welfare officer was looked down upon by the management, even by the workers. Then the next phase we saw was the development of your factory system. Then we saw the factory system, which was associated with your mass production. Okay, so with the introduction of factory system being associated with mass production, it was seen that thousands of people, they began to be employed under one roof, and the job of hiring people was given to one man. So this job of hiring people was given to one man who was later assigned the responsibility of recruitment, selection, and planning. So, when this person who was appointed for hiring people, uh, he was called the personnel officer. And when he was given the job of management of the people, he was called the personnel manager. Right? I hope by far the second point is clear when we talk about the evolution. Please tell me if there is any doubt, students. Okay. So we've talked about your um, industrial revolution era, we've talked about the factory system. So then the third stage in the evolution process of human resource management was the human relations approach, which is recognized in the modern day. And this has led to the creation of the human resource department as a specialized department. So the human relations approach, it recognizes the human factor as a very important instrument for the success of an organization, and the fast changing technological developments and all this has created the need for a new skill development and training of the employees, and people came to be recognized as a valuable resource which could further be developed. So this addition of technology and skill has created the need for human resource development and human resource management. So it is important that you understand that staffing is both a function of management, and it is a distinct functional area of management. Just like when we talk about staffing is as a function of management, it is just like planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. But when we look at it as a distinct area of management, it could be an area of management like marketing management, financial management, and human resource management. So staffing is referred to as both a line as well a staff activity, and it is an essential function of the manager as well as an advisory role played by the human resource department. I hope यहाँ तक कोई भी doubt नहीं है. I hope everything is clear. Please tell me in the chat box if there is any doubt. I'm giving you 2 minutes, students. Please tell me if there is any doubt. I hope this concept is clear. So, this brings us to the end of today's class. Please let me know if you have any queries with respect to human resource management, the need for staffing, and the importance of staffing. Please tell me if there is any doubt with respect to any of these topics. I see two students have joined in. Please tell me in the chat box. I'm waiting for 2 minutes before I end today's session. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining in.